Hey, favored ones, welcome back to another collective reading. Come on in and take a seat at the round table and go ahead and throw a few coins in the wishing well in the corner and get ready. Okay, for any of those who are new, welcome. For any of those who are returning, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all who leave comments and as saying that you wish how much I knew my messages meant to you, and like it goes the same way to you all as well. You don't know how much it means to me that my experiences and my I've wanted to like be able to help other people and spread a bit of joy around. So the fact that it's blossoming and it's working is it's a beautiful thing to see it being reciprocated. So um for any of those who are new, uh over here at Favored Readings, we like to do something called Welcoming Utopia or Welcoming in Utopia, whichever way you want to call it, where we hold the frequency and or just think about it in a PowerPoint presentation if you feel necessary of what you would like to order in your utopia, what your personal or galactical dimensional utopia would look like. All the inclusiveness, everyone gets fresh water, and Gaia can, flourish. Um, and we just hold that energy. So if you need to pause and take a moment to hold that energy, that's okay. If not, then we'll get into it, letting everyone know that this is a bit of a heavy topic. So if you're not ready at the moment, you are welcome to pause and come back or click on other videos. I have plenty of collective ones and pick a cards, as well as Rhapsodomancy, which is poem divination. So Spirit wants you to know that it's not upset with your anger and intense emotions. Some of you are being too hard on yourself for having to enforce boundaries. Yeah, things got a little heated, got a little heated up um, in a situation where you may have felt like a boxer or a animal that's been cornered. And normally in these situations, they're also giving me the image of like a bear with the paw caught in a bear trap, and you're like trying to approach it, and it's being very protective of itself. And Spirit wants to let you know that sometimes anger is protection, sometimes anger is, a way to let you know that a situation needs to be changed and that there's a wound that needs to be healed. It's like you're gonna start fighting your way out. And in most cases, it's usually with wild bites and punches. So some of you may have been through a domestic situations, or you may have had a heated moment where a lot of wild, like, bites brings to mind like very verbal disagreement. Um, or a way that you may have had to fight your way out of a situation where you were only able to use your voice. This could be with a court situation, or having, like with co-parenting and stuff like that. Or it's just maybe possibly for some of you as well, this is your ego and your inner critic like really just taking you and trying to put you in a corner, and you're not letting it do that anymore. Eventually you had enough with it, and you're like, you want to know what, I'm going to speak kindness, I'm going to bring it around. Some of you may have went through what is it rage counseling, like rage therapy. I'm not sure. I forget what it's called. Um, but yeah, some of you went through, some of you could have went through cognitive behavioral therapy, got a life coach and learned how to, or you were diagnosed and now you realize that these things are like due to oversensory and or being overwhelmed, and you're learning to self-regulate and really be your own parent. And now that you've gone into these situations where you know better, and Spirit's noticing that you're being a little hard on yourself, and by a little, Spirit's being like, that's an understatement. I wanted to keep it light because I know you're already being hard on yourself, but Spirit, I want to say that's an understatement because like they want to let you know that they're listening, and they're proud of you for the every time you say an affirmation, regardless of the distance in between from the last time you said it, and no matter how many times you've stuck to that dietary requirement that may be new and is not quite going the way you wanted it to. Like if you're supposed to cut out gluten and it's cross contamination or something like that. Either way, or you just caved, and like they letting you know, don't be so hard on yourself. You may have made decisions that didn't pan out as well, and you're being really hard on yourself because you did want it to work out and it didn't. And Spirit's saying that you shouldn't have not have done it because they feel like there was lessons and growth in doing so. It wasn't like you're being punished for not knowing better. Spirit just wants to let you know that as well. Spirit wants to let you know that you've been holding your own for so long that some of you, now it may not resonate with all of you, and if you don't resonate, that's perfectly okay. It is a general reading after all. Spirit says that you've been holding your own for so long that you can't see Spirit has come to pull them off of you and are trying to approach you with care. So, like, it doesn't mean that when you put down your sword, you leave yourself defenseless and you forget all the training and spiritual warfare that you attained to and stop putting things into action. It's that you take a moment to relax. Like, even it's giving me Xena warrior princess. Like, even Xena, the warrior princess, didn't carry her weapons at all times. She even put down her sword while she was being, sorry, spoilers, put down her sword while she was breastfeeding, even though they were coming to capture her baby and stuff. So like, which also pertains to like kind of the story of Eve and Set. No, there's other Hindu gods and goddesses as well. So some of you may have Hindu gods and goddesses reaching out for you, deities, to work with. Sorry, I'm just getting downloads here. And some of you may work with Yahshua as well, is what I'm getting. Yeah, the archangels and Yahshua, I'm feeling that they're wanting to work really closely with you at this time. But yeah, knowing that you are divinely protected, Archangel Michael, bringing you protection as well. Some of you may speak with him often and call upon him. Maybe you are in, like me, a reader online, and you ask for protection that way before you start the readings or during readings for yourself at home even. You're calling upon your ancestors and of your all of highest good, of course, because like not all ancestors are for your highest good, unfortunately. But yeah, during the time when I was writing down these downloads, it brought to mind the music video for Five Finger Death Punch, Wrong Side of Heaven, which, is, wild punches. It was kind of funny that I talked about wild punches, and it's literally Five Finger Death Punch, which is apparently like a religious, maybe? I'm not sure. Artists? I don't think so. I think it's other people. Maybe Demon Hunter. But yeah, Wrong Side of Heaven, there may be extra messages in there for you, especially the music video, which has like the military involved. True warning, like stuff around like PTSD, which you don't have to just be in the military to have been diagnosed. But it's there, and it's like Spirit is approaching you with gifts and offerings that you are kept stored away for when you feel you're deserving, or when you have time for blessings, because right now, some of you are like really stuck in your head about how a situation didn't pan out, or about the anger that you may have had. And you feel like you may have lost out on an opportunity, and Spirit's saying that it's rerouting the path for you. Your guides are asking you to give permission freely each day for their offerings they wish to give to you. Light beings have free will to change the date of the gift, so be careful when turning away opportunities. You may delay the arrival due to how it's given to you. So like don't just if you know the person's like has good intentions and are good and stuff like that, then accepting a gift, like don't be too modest and knowing that like you can accept gifts. You are deserving of receiving care and gifts. Of course, if you know there's strings attached, like believe in your discernment and intuition, but Spirit's like wanting to like send you deals at certain things, but you like see the deal on that thing that you wanted to get for yourself for a long time, but you're like, no, I should be like really holding on to that coin and lack mindset. Now, I'm not saying go spend your life savings on like a yacht and like a big screen TV that you always wanted because it's like $20 off. No, I'm talking about like you've wanted like a piece of jewelry and it's like you see it and it's like a 2-for-1 sale thing for like $5, $10, and you're like, oh cool, I really wanted that, but I'm supposed to be saving right now. Spirit's like, that's their way of trying to give you a gift while you are also taking action on your end in order to co-create that artistic piece of timeline. Like really, yeah, Spirit's just asking if you would like to co-create a little bit more and not be so mean to yourself about possibly being angry at some point. The fact that you are so concerned and upset and remorseful just shows how much of a kind soul you are, because most people don't even have the self-awareness or accountability to acknowledge that they've made mistakes and are willing to live with consequences, but it doesn't mean that you should ridicule yourself forever. So let's get a couple of cards on shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Yeah, so where'd it go? Dang it, I moved it. Okay, there we go. Some of you may be using the different chakra levels. I think they're mantras or mantra sounds or something like that, but they're different. If you look up the different chakra levels, they have a different frequency that you can hum at, and there's like finger mantras for it as well. So you may be into that, which brings me to like Reiki and massage therapy, reflexology, as well as like past life regressions, meditation coaches, um, just for light language and all those, lovely different ways that light workers come through. Um, yeah, so a lot of you may be clearing energy. I feel like that's what we're doing. It's my own little headcanon theory, is that whenever we're saying it's our instinctual body's way of getting us to clear the energy of like I wonder, I'm gonna look that. I know it's not very professional, but I would like to look it up. Chakra sounds. What is for? Is for the third eye. So yeah, so you're opening your third eye, I feel, right now at this time. When you're speaking your truth, you are also opening your third eye more. Or your third eye is opening, like flip the verse, it could be both. Is that right now you're opening your third eye? Is it's opening more? You are seeing the truth more and speaking it more into your existence. My partner rolled it. I was like, can you roll it? Because I want to like outside like collective roll, and he agreed. So I have 2, 5, 6. So some of you could be trying to reach your goal by the time you turn 25 or 52. June could be important for you. June 25th, because of the 6 and the 2 and the 5. So yeah, that could be when you're setting a goal for at this time. Now, a lot of you could be covering your third eye chakra as well to protect it. Can we get some messages on how to relax more, how to trust and relax for our favored ones here that are ever so lovely and deserve that good fashion chill. It's not easy in the world right now with all that's going on. I'm not saying it is easy. I'm just saying it's deserved. And that's the difference. Bull car. Yeah. Keep taking that leap of faith. Maybe a vacation, even if it's a staycation. Like, oh yeah, treat yourself. Treat yourself. Maybe it's becoming mundane because you aren't going, like, you're doing too much work and not enough play and too much save and not enough, gain. Because saving isn't gaining. Because money's meant to be spent. But this kind of reminds me of like when you send a little kid to the store with some like money, and they're like going to the dollar store or whatever, and they like buy themselves a toy, they buy themselves like a tiara, they buy themselves like one of those pop guns, buy themselves a little fake flower, and like a little stuffed dog, and they're like taking that haul home. Look at that. They're like, woohoo! I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa. Yeah, walking on sunshine. Remember to keep your head up high. Maybe some of you look at the ground a lot when you're standing and waiting, or if you're like walking, and spirit wants to see your face more. Not every animal has a chin. Humans are like the ones that have a chin, so the chin. A lot of you may resonate with Charlotte's Web or just spiders in general. Like there's Asani, there's also Ectomi, as well as a lot of other spider um, energies as well that you may resonate with. But they're giving me the song chin up, everybody dancing everywhere. A lot of you may be authors with E.B. White being the author of that story. Some of you may want to revisit things that you wanted to do when you were a child that you didn't get to do, that you get to do now. So let's say like you wanted to go dog sledding, or if you wanted to go if you wanted to write a children's book, if you wanted to create a new fashion, like if you wanted to create a staff or a super cool stick and bring it home with you, like you wanna buy yourself like robes that you may have wanted when you were younger, and like threads that you weren't able to have when you were younger and stuff like that, because your mom was like, that's just a phase, and now you're like, no, it's not a phase. And even if it is, I would appreciate my soul being able to have that human experience that I came here to do, and I'm gonna do it. So that's what Spirit's saying, is like, reconnect with those things, make that bucket list, and with not the intent of running out of life, but with the intent to live it. Yeah, and for some of you, you may have been a people pleaser in the past, and you were worried about making people live it by you living your life. And Spirit's saying now that you don't have that leering over you because you've learned how to create boundaries, and started to ignore, like, see how the Fool is like, to me right now, the image is showing me like almost like turning a blind ear, an eye and deaf ear away from. Some of you may be mute or deaf, but like turning away from the ankle biters, those who would wish to like sabotage you or pull you down or distract you from your path, and distract you from the fact that you do deserve to open your third eye to your passion and let it like some of you may be a Yankee fan, or just for like a sports fan as well. Some of you may have not been able to do a sport when you were growing up, and now you're wanting to learn how to do it. Maybe you wanted to learn how to do tennis. Maybe you wanted to do jujitsu. I know karate. I know jujitsu. Drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you. Yes, maybe you want to try. Maybe some of you want to learn how to drive or go-karting, some of you want to make a song. Like, you really want to embody that part of you that you had to let go when you were younger because you were trying to be shaped into the mold of your parents and the environment that you had. And you're breaking away from that mold and creating your own path. Yeah, I love that, Spirit. Let's see what else. So, some of you are collecting seashells or painting rocks. going on adventures to the beach, finding rocks, finding shells. Um, ooh, making jewelry as well. This with the like headband. Some of you are learning how to use herbs as well, because that's bay leaf. Some of you are getting your wishes coming true. But with manifestation, and by ignoring these distractions and staying on course and treating yourself. Because the story of Laurel Bayleaf was with like Apollo and Delphina that turned into the bayleaf tree, and it was said to make wishes and manifestations in the crafting community, and spells community. If you write what you would like to have in your life on there, what you would wish for, and you like burn it, and yeah, it brings it towards you. But it was also a form of protection as well, especially in the dream state. Back in the Colosseum times, that's why they wore a garland helmet of bay leaves, was for protection, because it believed that Delphine would protect them. It also kind of looks like earrings, like big hoop earrings. Some of you might enjoy like wearing big hoop earrings. I know, because like there's this, I know it's meant to be zero, but it reminded me of big hoop earrings. So some of you may I said make jewelry, so some of you may be focused more on earrings at this time. Yeah, keep your head up, because you make do with what you got, and that's a lot. You got it in the bag. You got it in the bag. But yeah, it's reminding me of like taking home and be like, yeah, I got my haul of cool things. My mom and dad said I couldn't make a magic deck when I was growing an MTG deck when I was growing up. I'm making one now. You know, I wasn't allowed to read because it was considered lazy. Well, now you're making your own book and selling them and reading them in the library. Like, some of you are going to the library and rekindling your connections with silence and wonder, adventure, mystery, horror. It reminds me of Page Master. So some of you are going back to the library for inspiration for like comic books, or maybe more content, like in order to find prompts for your writing or your creation, like flipping through books, flipmancy, like I forget what it's actually called again, where you flip through the book and you could like paint off of like a sentence from the prompt. You're feeling very prompted at this time. So I pulled out here the Knight of Pentacles. You are making tangible progress. If you may not see it at this time, how much you are moving. Some of you may feel like you're moving at a glacier's speed, but glaciers are also huge, so the impact and the depth of having that glacier move is a big deal. So once you make that move, once you finish making all your moves, it's gonna be the big deal. Yeah, it was shining right on it. That pentacle coming through. So yeah, Spirit wants you to treat yourself. You're making tangible progress, and don't do things to get out of your head. go on, you know, whatever helps you feel most at ease. Find what that is. There's a lot of things you can look up online and like take tests to see what your values are. You can also take a class. If there's free courses online, find a new skill, new knowledge that will lead you to new opportunities. Taking a different action sometimes, not because you think it'll create lasting, change, but it will create a change. And with that, causing a ripple in the matrix to start presenting you new opportunities. And remembering staying around like the most 5 influential people in your life. So if you're going out and creating and doing your best, then honestly, you are doing a great job. You're making tangible progress. Yeah, I'm hearing the snowball effect. You may feel like right now you're not making you're not seeing a lot, but as you start, this ball starts rolling, like literally the ball starts rolling, it's going to get really big really quick. A lot of you could be getting really big really quick. You could have went from a small venue for your first show, and then all of a sudden you're like, next show's a big event or private event even. But yeah, that's what I have here for you. I hope you feel inspired and hopefully some confirmation of what you've intuitively felt inside. And if not, at least you may have felt it all comforting and calming presence, which we all deserve at this time. So yeah, remember to eat, hydrate, rest, and have fun. Bye.